disappointed in the outcome. Disappointed for everybody inside of the locker room tonight. They left everything out on the field. Disappointing in the result, but man, the journey's been unbelievable. When we took over this program 11 months ago, where it was and who and where it is today, two completely. Just proud of these guys. They've come so far, man. And special thanks to our seniors, guys that stayed, that fought, that competed, that bought in, that led, that showed what the spirit of a volunteer is. Our young men that aren't seniors that will be coming back. How much growth they've shown over the course of 11 months, on and off the field. Just so proud of them, and so disappointed for them in tonight. Disappointed for our fans in the outcome of the game too. Man, the passion of our fan base is just it's not surpassed anywhere in college football. Man, they are on fire. Man, driving up with the buses tonight was a special scene, as good as I've ever been a part of, and appreciate all of their support tonight through the bowl season, but really all season long, and appreciate them being on this journey with us. That will open it up.
Josh, did you get an explanation on Jalen's play there, that fourth down play? Did they say that was forward progress and not reviewable, or what did you hear on that?
Yeah, they said the forward progress had been stopped out. Sounded like the whistle blew after he extended the football, but that's.
Hendon, the big screen out there, you guys could see that replay. Ball stretched over, didn't look like his knee was down. What was your reaction when you saw the replay?
Initially, I was excited because I thought we scored, but it was a tough call. I felt like me and my teammates gave it our all, and the outcome didn't end how we wanted it to.
Josh, for you guys offensively, the second quarter shut out only 60 yards of offense, I think, compared to the rest of the game where you're moving. What happened to get you guys out of rhythm in the second quarter?
Nothing completely out of the ordinary. Just I didn't feel like in the second quarter we executed some simple things very well. We got a couple things that got a chance to be explosive plays we don't execute on. We got some simple things in third down situations that we don't execute. That not taking anything away from Purdue, but we weren't very good in that quarter. I thought there were some things just maybe the layoff just uncharacteristic of us. From how we were playing later in the football season tonight.
And then on the last drive in regulation, I think you opened with two runs. That I know you had the long run with Jabari before. Do you just think you could pop something there with a minute 5, 3 timeouts?
Yeah, just some high coverage from them. The box was light. Thought we had a chance to handle it and pick up some things. We didn't execute. Call and just when we're on the 41-yard line, 42-yard line, whatever it was there. For a couple of plays there, it gives them a little bit better field position.
Josh, in overtime, you went with Jalen Wright instead of Small. Was Small banged up a little bit? I know at one point he went into the tent.
Yeah, if you saw him during the course of the night, he was just fighting through some things really all night long, and that was kind of true for a couple of our guys, but certainly Jabari.
Theo, you had said that this was a game that you may have some opportunities. Y'all did get 3 interceptions, but obviously they racks up some passing yards. What kind of took place out there that you saw?
They didn't run anything that we haven't seen on film. We just didn't execute when we needed to. I know that they had guys out, we had guys out, but their guys stepped up and made more plays than we did.
And then talk a little bit about Coach Heupel's address this, but second quarter, even in the part of the third quarter, the offense bogged down a little bit. Then you caught fire late in the fourth quarter. What was the difference there?
Yeah, just regrouping on the sideline and talking to the offense and just getting them going, trying to get everyone's energy in a positive direction. And, to finish the game, we came out hot and executed how we needed to.
Cedric, you guys ended up the highest scoring season in UT history. How do you think, what's the ceiling for this offense, you think, moving forward?
Just going to continue to get better. Continue to go workouts and
staying after and watching extra film so we don't have this feeling in our mouth again next year. So just improving. It's our first year in this system, and I think we're going to grow from this year.
And then at the end there, so you consoling Bayless, just kind of what's he meant to you, and then too, like, does that kind of, add a little motivation to, head right into January with kind of next year on your mind?
Yeah, like the rest of my teammates, Bayless is like a brother to me. Since the first day I got here, he took me into his home, and I was his roommate. So everything that I had a question about coming to UT, where to go, how to get to breakfast, he helped me out, and I couldn't thank him enough for that, for just sheltering me into this program and welcoming me with open arms.
Coach, after the season you've had, how frustrating of a loss is this?
Just disappointing in the outcome. One, disappointed in the preparation. There's a couple things that I think were just uncharacteristic of us tonight, and so disappointed in those things. But I love these guys, man. They fight, they scratch, they claw, they compete. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, it's a great competitive environment in there tonight. And ended up a play short. Get a chance to come back in late January and start the process all over again. And we can continue to buy into that process and each other, have a chance to do something special next year.
Gosh, Purdue had over 500 passing yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Was that their execution, or was there some?
Yeah, for sure. They executed well. They made some competitive catches during the course of the ball game. Thought their tight ends, in particular, made some competitive catches. They created some explosive plays with a couple of our young guys in there early in the football game. Yes, they executed. Yes, there's some things that we didn't do as well as we're capable of too. So we all got to learn from it, get better.
Josh, when you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-olds, and you got the defense, they're not letting them play very physical, and then Cedric gets mugged a couple of times on that last drive in regulation.
He did.
And then they don't do anything. Like, how do you coach? They're trying to coach both sides, and they're letting one side do something the other side's not allowed to do.
At the end of the day, you can't control what yellow hankies come out and when they do and when they don't. Line up and play ball. Are some things that I probably don't agree with. Yeah, I think everybody knows that. But I think it's important for us as players and coaches too to look at the things that we can control too, and how we could have been better and change the outcome of the game too.
Josh, talk about at the end of regulation going for the long field goal, confidence level and chasing that situation.
Yeah, right on the edge there, and Coach Eck believed in it, but the biggest thing is Chase did too, and he had the look in his eye where he wanted the opportunity to go drain it, and he gave it a hell of a run. Disappointed we didn't get the ball just a little bit closer for him. That's on me.
Hendon, do you see this as a motivation going into next year, or is that a complete restart next year?
I see it as motivation, something that we can build off of. Right now, everyone's remembering us from this loss, so to change that narrative is big.
Josh, when you say getting back together in January, will you feel all caught up? I mean, given that you were so far behind on this cycle, in late January, do you feel like you finally caught up?
I don't know if you ever catch up when you're in this spot, but yes, it'll be completely different because you're able to put a plan together for your second semester before the second semester starts, and so in that way, it'll be good for myself, our staff, and our players.
Theo, what do you think makes the passing game of Purdue so effective?
No, honestly, like they ran good routes. They caught the ball. They made very tough catches, and they just were efficient. Like we had some busts, so they kind of helped them out, but they were just efficient in everything that they did tonight as far as passing.
Theo, you looked like you slid out the corner for at least a couple of drives. That you got any practice time there, or was that just something in the game? Hey, we need you to go out there.
Oh no, I've always practiced it because I want to know, you know, who's doing what. So when he threw me out there, I already knew what to do and knew where everybody was going to be at.
Theo, you're the guy on the stage who will not be back next year. I know you haven't had time to really reflect, but can you put into words what this year with this coaching staff has meant to you and what impression it leaves on you moving forward?
Honestly, one word that like stuck out to me was growth, because coming off of last year, you know, we were all falling apart, and then as soon as Coach Hype and his staff got here, like it just started at the ground, and now it's like, you know, way higher than what we had it. So just growth, and like the young guys, I've seen a change in them, like just doing what the older guys, as myself and Hendon and Seth are doing, you know, just doing extra stuff. So growth is really like the biggest thing.
Josh, you're coaching on football. I'm sure you're going to be on the bad end of some weird calls. This late in the game, this late in the season, how do you make sure the message is perspective and not too much emotion?
I mean, I think you sit back and you think about the things that you have a chance to control, you know, and you know, at the end of the day, when you're in a competitive environment, you got to control your controllables, and that's it. And there's some things that we handled really well tonight. There's some things that we didn't, you know, and that's myself, our coaching staff, it's our players, it's all of us getting better. And you know, you walk in the locker room, and you can see it when they walked off the field. It hurts, right? Shoot, if it ever doesn't, then you got the wrong group of guys inside the building. They're prideful, they care. I think that's shown up in the way they competed tonight, but it's shown in the growth of over the last 11 months. And so, you know, always come from a place of passion and love, and be careful about the emotion of anything that's going on, and just, you know, think before you speak, and you know, I'm proud of these guys, man. I really am. Disappointed in tonight, you know, and the journey is way more important than the destination in some respects. You know what I mean? Not that we don't want the right destination either, right? But man, this journey's been awesome with these guys.
Josh, do you support some kind of mandatory cooling off period for injured players before returning to the game, or is that something it's just the reality of the sport?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is the officials wanted that tonight. I thought that was pretty comical that they came up and said that to me.
They said
They wanted what?
a rule change?
Yeah,
Is that what
they think there needs to be a rule change.
Cedric, would you just talk about the quantum leap you had this year and just what this season meant to you?
I think the biggest thing is that the team, like to see us grow, like Theo mentioned earlier, was, you know, truth be told, was really just falling apart. And Coach Heupel really came in here, you know, set a standard, and he's done so much for me and my teammates. And I try to play my butt off for them and him. So, you know, I think I grew a lot this year, but man, one thing I'm really taking from this year is how much the team grew.
Cedric, when you caught that second touchdown, did you know that put you over 1,000? I know Hendon had kind of cut up with you earlier this week saying if you don't get the 1,000, it's his bad. But did you kind of know it?
I had a strong feeling.
Cedric, how physical was it? It looked like it got more physical. They got more physical with you as the game sort of went on after that first quarter. How physical was this game on the perimeter compared to other games you played?
Yeah, it was physical. They did a lot of press. You know, they was out there talking a little bit. Like I said, nothing me and my teammates can't handle. You know, we play physical too, but it was definitely a physical game, and you know, we just gotta execute better.
And did that have any things about how you plan to try to get better with your receivers, with your offense, with your team in the offseason started to run through your mind, or how quickly we get to that if it happened?
Yeah, as soon as we get back, first day of workouts, I know me and Sid are already planning to stay after, and we're gonna get some of those young guys out there to stay after and pitch, do some pitch and catch, and get on some extra film as well.
We've got time for a couple more questions.
And how would you kind of, I know you probably want to go back and watch, get a better view, but how would you kind of evaluate how you played, some of the things you did?
I'd say average. Really proud of my teammates. You know, they had my back the whole game, and I just try to go out there and play hard for those guys, and the coaching staff and the university as well.
Theo, after the last whistle, I saw you kind of just taking things in there. Just kind of take me through your mind, what was going through your mind playing your hometown last night.
I mean, it was just hurt was going through my mind. You know, I laid out on the line for my brothers, and then they did the same, and it just hurt, just not coming out with a win.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.